guys, welcome back to Game Zone. It's me, your guy, Mr. Morochi, and as usual, I'm gonna give you the live updates about gaming. I'm gonna talk about the most underrated game in Resident Evil franchise, which is Resident Evil. Resident Evil 6 was released back in 2012 by Capcom under the producer Kobayashi, who also was responsible for producing Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 6 contained unique story mode, and it contained the multiplayer and online challenges. Also, the story mode had 3 chapters, whereby 2 characters from each chapter, and it will also have the tastes of the characters which we used to like back in Resident Evil games, like in Resident Evil 4, Leon, and Chris and Sherry back. Without forgetting our hot, spicy chick from Chinese, Ada Wong, who played as an evil character in Resident Evil 6. Long story short, Ada Wong, she is working for one of the most top leaders in United States, Jack Simmons. Jack Simmons tried to cover his suicide attempts to the United States president by pushing his problems to Leon. Resident Evil 6 game was released in consoles like PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and it was later on released in PC. A lot of gamers criticized Resident Evil 6 as it did not have that survival and thriller feeling as most of the Resident Evil games back then, but instead it based more on action gameplay. Despite of all criticism which Resident Evil 6 received, it still reached its peak of selling copies in 2024, whereby it sold 1.8 million copies, including both consoles and the PC in Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4. The story behind Resident Evil 6, it's all about biochemical attack which affected the whole world. These biochemical weapons were created by Jack Simmons, who was one of the most top leaders in United States of America. Jack Simmons believed that biochemical attack could make United States of America more stronger and more powerful comparing to other nations. And the gameplay based a lot on stopping Jack Simmons from spreading C-virus to the whole world. To be honest, Resident Evil 6 has that spicy story mode. For example, Ada Wong turned up to be good at the end of the game, despite the fact that she was a villain in all of the chapters behind. In terms of graphics, Capcom have just done a very great job. For example, one of my best scene is the opening scene in chapter 1, whereby Helena and Leon lay on the road unconscious, and there was fire everywhere, cars have crashes, helicopter searching. It's just cinematics, just have that testing, make it feel very good, that HDR mode. And in terms of graphics, Resident Evil 6, oh my god, for Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, that's was beyond its time. Honest opinion about Resident Evil 6, I just want to say that it's a great game. I don't know why most of gamers didn't like Resident Evil 6, but I think it's kind of a thing, because a lot of games nowadays are being underrated. It's not that Resident Evil 6 like the first game to be underrated. Games like Call of Duty Ghosts, Cyberpunk 2077, Far Cry 4, and the original Forza Horizon, they were just so much underrated, despite the fact that they are very, very, very good. I liked most about Resident Evil 6 is that characterization and linking between characters and its chapters. For example, there is a certain scene in chapter 3 whereby Jake from chapter 3 and Leon from chapter 1 and the chapter 2 characters Chris and Pierce just interacted together in China after crashing from an airplane. And to be honest, that link between chapters in Resident Evil 6 is a thing which makes Resident Evil 6 to be that good, to have that spicy feelings. And I'm not trying to say that Resident Evil 6 is one of the best game in Resident Evil franchise. I'm just trying to say what I'm trying to say is that Resident Evil 6 should be appreciated, and it is the most underrated game in Resident Evil franchise, which it's not good, because Capcom have put a lot of energy, even though it was a little bit rushed, but the energy and investment, it is a lot, because as you can see, the graphics are just good. A lot of money have entered in Resident Evil. Between me and you, I'm gonna tell you a secret. I'm in love with Ada Wong, but don't tell anyone. Okay, thank you for watching. That's it for today. I'll be releasing videos like this in every day of every week, so don't forget to share and hit that subscribe button. See you next time.
Bioorganic weapons are a global threat. Start working with the rest of the world about the Raccoon City incident. Mentioning my desire to reveal. I'm going to tell them everything. I've always valued your friendship, Leon.
Stay wherever you are.